the reason we came to Canada, my mom was a widow, and you know, there were 10 kids, so we had 10. And so we were all young, we were going to school. And in high school, my younger sister was in elementary school. And I think it was sort of that land of opportunity. If we came here, then the kids will get educated and be successful. So she came with that hopes. But I like that you know, the thought of was it your friend saying about seeking husband? It's very interesting. So yeah, no, for us, that's been our journey. We immigrated in late 70s here to Vancouver, and you know, get educated and so forth. So and I can understand and relate to your sons not wanting to go back to Brazil, because they actually have been raised here, they've been educated here.
Yeah, when they come, the old one was already going to university there, and the young one was going grade 10. But the thing was, when they finished, they actually nowadays they cannot even sing. I cannot sing in Portuguese anymore. They speak because I still speak with them in Portuguese.
Yes.
And then Bob, my husband, he can also understand Portuguese. But I thought I didn't want to cut the culture and be able to speak to the grandmother and everybody. So I kept in home everything in Portuguese, yeah. So, but then they said no, because we are used to here, we are going to stay. And then I decided, okay, if they are staying, I am going to stay as well. But that's when the challenges came more, because to be able to be here, I thought at the beginning, oh, I don't need to be a dentist anymore. I already practice enough. But no, when I start seeing the patient, I start missing. I cannot live without patients, because they are my life. We think we are giving to them, but in reality, they are giving to us. So that's why I decided to take my license. And my mom was very supportive, because one time I said, it's too much, I think I'm going to drop. She said, you never drop in your life, nothing in the middle. You finish and then you decide. So then I said, okay. So then I went and I finished my exam. But in the middle, when I was on that time that I was to decide if I go or not, to finish or not to finish, I decided to go, because I have written when I was in Brazil, Deepak Chopra about his book, when he was talking about to go into meditation, to be close to God. Because when I was child, I used to go, I was very, let's say, devotee, going to the church every day, even though my mom was not going, none of my family, but I was the one who was going. I was very concerned going to the community and teaching about Christ. And then the thing was, I always missed that connection with God. I said, Christ never said he's God. He always said, pray to God, the Father. So I said, I want to be close to him. So when I read his book, I realized through meditation, I could go close to God. Yeah. So then when I came on those times that I was not working, I decided to go and search for a kind of meditation that could give me that feeling of closeness to God.
So, you know, so again, there's some similarity here. When I was in Fiji, I went to a Christian school, Methodist school. And so part of being in a Methodist school, it's part of your curriculum, the religious study, which was Christianity. And when I started my high school, we used to go to church. I was in a boarding school. So I used to go to church on Sundays, and it was twice a day. So I have had a lot of exposure and experience in Christianity and knowing the Bible and reading it as a young child. And you mentioned Dr. Deepak Chopra. Of course, you know, we have a relationship with the work we do. And you know, when you talk about meditation bringing you closer to God, I understand that meditation is really about listening, listening to the divine, or listening to God, or listening really to what is already within yourself. And so coming back, I know that there probably was some challenges trying to get your recertification here, starting a practice, and as most immigrants do, is they work really hard. Now, as a profession, dental, I mean, I know working in this field that like some of the other professionals, the lawyers, dentists also have a very high rate of suicide because there's a stress that comes with the job. Tell me, in your experience, how was that for you?
Actually, they say one of the highest rate for suicide is between the dentists, especially if they own their own practice. If they work for another dentist, it's not that much stressful. But if they work for, they have their own practice, it's lots of stress. Because I had my own practice in Brazil, and I know the difference between one and the other one, there and here. So, but to tell the truth, many dentists comes through my practice. They are dentists, they are new immigrants. And I always tell them, you should try. And many don't want to try because you have to really have the time to put for you to get your diploma here.